5 things to watch as Giants face Bengals in Week 6. The New York Giants are looking to build on their impressive upset win over the Seattle Seahawks as they host the struggling Cincinnati Bengals. Here are the key storylines to keep an eye on as the Giants aim for a .500 record. 1. Can Tyrone Tracy and Darius Slayton repeat their Week 5 performances? With injuries impacting the Giants' offense, rookie Tyrone Tracy stepped up with 129 rushing yards. And Darius Slayton had a stellar day with 8 catches for 122 yards and a touchdown. With Devin Singletary possibly returning, Tracy's role is uncertain, but he's proven he deserves more touches. Slayton will look to maintain his momentum, which has been a hallmark of his performance whenever called upon. 2. Who will step up with Kayvon Thibodeaux out? Thibodeaux's absence due to wrist surgery is a significant blow for the Giants' defense. Azeez Ojulari is expected to step into a starting role, providing a crucial opportunity to showcase his potential. After a promising rookie season, Ojulari needs to reclaim his form, especially with Brian Burns also gaining momentum on the opposite edge. 3. Will Daniel Jones keep improving? Daniel Jones appears to be regaining his confidence after a serious knee injury. His performance against the Seahawks was his best yet, with 257 passing yards and 2 touchdowns. Playing at home may add pressure, but it could also bolster his game. Jones has cut down on mistakes, with only 1 interception in his last 4 games, and he'll aim to build on that success against the Bengals. 4. Can New York slow down the Bengals' high-powered offense? Despite their 1-4 record, the Bengals possess one of the NFL's top offenses, led by star receiver Jamar Chase, who's averaging nearly 100 receiving yards per game. The Giants' defense, particularly cornerback Deonte Banks, will need to focus on preventing big plays to keep the Bengals from scoring quickly. Cincinnati's offensive prowess means New York must remain vigilant. 5. Will Dexter Lawrence's dominance continue? Dexter Lawrence is having a breakout season with 6 sacks already. He's up against a Bengals offensive line that has shown vulnerabilities, allowing 4 sacks and multiple penalties. If Lawrence can capitalize on this matchup, it could significantly disrupt Cincinnati's offensive rhythm and create opportunities for the Giants' defense. As the Giants aim to keep their momentum going, these storylines will be crucial in determining the outcome of their Week 6 matchup against the Bengals. Ravens' offense thrives with dynamic Lamar Jackson-Derrick Henry duo. The Baltimore Ravens are proving they have one of the NFL's most formidable offenses. And it's largely thanks to the electric partnership between Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. After a rough start, the Ravens have turned things around, winning 4 straight games and solidifying their status as Super Bowl contenders. A new offensive identity. While the Ravens' defense adjusts under new coordinator Zach Orr, the offense has stepped up in a big way. Jackson is playing some of the best football of his career, and with Henry still delivering as a top-tier running back, Baltimore's offensive firepower is impressive. In their recent 30-23 victory over the Washington Commanders, the Ravens showcased their capability to dominate. Over the past 4 weeks, the Ravens have ranked near the top of the league in expected points added per play, 0.24, and success rate, 54.3%. Jackson has been particularly efficient, placing second in expected points added per dropback, 0.42. Just behind Joe Burrow. This combination of effective passing and a potent ground game has made the Ravens an offensive force. Staying humble. Despite their success, Jackson remains modest about their performance. "No," he said when asked if they were the best offense in the NFL. "Just proving we can win games. Just playing Raven football right now." Henry echoed this sentiment, emphasizing the importance of staying humble as they continue to improve. The Ravens are unique in having 2 of the most dangerous runners in the league. Henry ranks 9th in first downs per rushing attempt, 31.8%, while Jackson is right behind him at 16th, 27.9%. This dual threat makes the Ravens' offensive approach versatile, allowing them to keep defenses guessing. Rising stars and strategic play calling. Wide receiver Zay Flowers has been a standout, showcasing his ability to create after the catch. The Ravens are also finding ways to maximize Rashad Bateman's downfield potential. And their tight end duo of Mark Andrews and Isaiah likely adds further complexity to their offensive strategy. Offensive coordinator Todd Monken has played a pivotal role in harnessing this talent. And the offensive line has significantly improved since a shaky start. They've been instrumental in the Ravens rushing for over 175 yards in each of their last 4 games, including 2 games exceeding 270 yards. This resurgence is vital for closing out games and maintaining offensive momentum. A strong playoff contender. If the Ravens' defense can regain its form from last season, Baltimore could become an overwhelming force on both sides of the ball. For now, Jackson is playing like an MVP candidate, while Henry continues to bulldoze defenders. The offense's performance gives the Ravens a strong chance of hosting a playoff game in January. With Jackson and Henry together, the potential for record-breaking numbers this season is real. Coach was dialing it up the first half, Flowers noted, and we let Henry take over the second. As the Ravens look to build on their success, fans are eager to see just how far this dynamic duo can take them. Lions dominate Cowboys. A statement win in Dallas. The Detroit Lions made a powerful statement on Sunday, demolishing the Dallas Cowboys 47-9 in a game that not only showcased their dominance but also served as a form of payback for last season's controversial loss in Dallas. Lions show their might. While the Lions lost defensive end Aiden Hutchinson to a serious leg injury, their offense appeared unstoppable. Quarterback Jared Goff threw for 315 yards and 3 touchdowns, leading a well-oiled machine that racked up 492 total yards. The Lions' offensive line dominated, allowing both Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery to find success on the ground, contributing to a well-rounded attack. From the very first play, it was clear that the Lions had unfinished business. They sent Dan Skipper to report as an eligible receiver, a cheeky nod to last year's officiating controversy. This set the tone for a game where Detroit showed they hadn't forgotten the past. The Lions pulled off a stunning flea flicker, with Amon-Ra St. Brown pitching back to Goff for a 52-yard touchdown to Sam Laporta, further emphasizing their playfulness and confidence. Cowboys' struggles continue. On the flip side, the Cowboys were a shadow of their potential. Dak Prescott's poor interception in the end zone while trailing 7-3 marked a crucial turning point. The Cowboys have struggled at home this season, suffering blowout losses that raise concerns about their playoff aspirations. Upcoming challenges. Looking ahead, the Lions face a critical matchup against the 5-0 Minnesota Vikings. Hutchinson's absence will be felt, but if Detroit can maintain their offensive explosiveness, they have a solid chance to assert their dominance in the NFC North. With their versatility and depth, the Lions appear poised to be one of the league's top contenders. As the Lions continue to impress, Sunday's performance serves as a clear signal. They are not just a team to watch, but a force to be reckoned with. Will they continue this momentum against the Vikings? Time will tell. NFL winners and losers, historic rookie quarterbacks shine. In a rare turn of events, the 2024 NFL Draft could see Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels become superstars, a feat that has never been accomplished by the first 2 picks in the modern era. Winners: Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels. After just a few weeks in the NFL, both Williams and Daniels are already making waves. While it's early to declare them future stars, they show immense promise. Williams dazzled in the Chicago Bears' 35-16 victory over the Jacksonville Jaguars, throwing 4 touchdowns and showcasing his elite playmaking ability. His connection with Keenan Allen was particularly impressive, highlighting his skills as a top draft pick. Daniels, though his team fell short against the Baltimore Ravens, demonstrated his capabilities by completing 24 of 35 passes for 269 yards and 2 touchdowns. Both quarterbacks are setting the stage for an exciting Offensive Rookie of the Year race. Justin Fields. Fields had a solid performance, throwing for 145 yards and rushing for 59 yards with 2 touchdowns in a 32-13 victory over the Las Vegas Raiders. With his job on the line, Fields' efforts kept him firmly in the starting role for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Atlanta Falcons. Sitting atop the NFC South at 4-2, the Falcons pulled off a convincing 38-20 win over the Carolina Panthers. Bijan Robinson shined with 95 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns, showcasing the team's offensive potential as they strive for consistency. NFC North teams. The NFC North is proving to be one of the toughest divisions, with the Minnesota Vikings 5-0, Detroit Lions as contenders, and the Bears 4-2, showing promise. Jordan Love led the Green Bay Packers to a solid 34-13 victory over the Arizona Cardinals, throwing for 4 touchdowns and solidifying their position in the playoff race. Houston Texans. With a dominant 5-1 record, the Texans showcased their strength against the New England Patriots. C.J. Stroud continued to impress, looking like an MVP candidate while Joe Mixon contributed significantly in his return. Baltimore Ravens offense. The Ravens offense thrived with Derrick Henry, who rushed for 132 yards and 2 touchdowns, complementing Lamar Jackson's 323 passing yards in a victory over the Commanders. Losers. Dallas Cowboys. Struggling at home, the Cowboys suffered a humiliating 47-9 loss to the Detroit Lions, leaving them with a dismal -66-point differential at home this season. Their defense continues to falter, raising questions about their playoff viability. Denver Broncos. After a promising start, the Broncos fell back to earth with a 23-16 loss to the Los Angeles Chargers. The team needs to bounce back quickly as they face upcoming games against the Saints and Panthers. Cleveland Browns. Mistakes and poor decisions plagued the Browns in their 20-16 loss to the Eagles. Critical penalties and a lack of execution have left their season looking bleak at 1-5. Tennessee Titans officials. Frustration mounted for the Titans after 2 significant non-calls against DeAndre Hopkins that could have changed the game. Their narrow loss to the Colts, 20-17, will likely lead to scrutiny of officiating. New Orleans Saints. Once considered a surprise team at 2-0, the Saints have now lost 4 straight. Their latest setback against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 51-27, highlighted defensive struggles and a lack of offensive cohesion. As the season progresses, the performances of these rookies and the fortunes of these teams will be closely watched. Will the NFL's historic trend change? Only time will tell. Bengals vs. Giants recap. Cincinnati clinches 17-7 win in defensive battle. In a gritty showdown at the Meadowlands on Sunday Night Football, the Cincinnati Bengals emerged victorious against the New York Giants, securing a 17-7 win that showcased their defense more than their offense. The highlight of the night came from Joe Burrow, who delivered a dazzling 47-yard touchdown run early in the game. Unfortunately, that moment was about the extent of Cincinnati's offensive fireworks. With questions lingering about their September struggles, the Bengals managed to grind out an ugly win, improving their record to 2-4 after starting the season 1-4. Despite the lack of offensive momentum, there were positive signs on the defensive side. Cincinnati's defense put forth its strongest performance of the season, stepping up when it mattered most. Running back Chase Brown sealed the victory with a 30-yard touchdown run in the final minutes, allowing the Bengals to leave the field with a much-needed win. While the Bengals have a long way to go to find their rhythm, this gritty win could be a stepping stone as they look to regain their footing in the AFC playoff race. Will they find their stride in the coming weeks? Only time will tell.